Good morning, everyone. This is Erica with Aurora Heart Healing, and I just wanted to say I had the most incredible weekend. Um, from meeting new people, making new connections, really being able to learn how I am showing up in the world and the value and the impact that these messages have has just been such a beautiful blessing. And thank you, everyone new that is now subscribed. I appreciate you so much. And I hope you find value in all of this information that I am giving. Today, I am going to be doing a divine masculine collective energy clearing. And basically what that means is any divine masculine that is ready to receive this clearing will receive it. And that's an amazing thing because sometimes we don't know what is coming up for us. What are our traumas? Because we're blindsided. We are ourselves. And it could be hard to know exactly what needs to be healed within ourselves if we don't know what it looks like to be healed or what it looks like for that trauma to be within us. And that's one of the things that I've really noticed for myself, that there's blind spots. The blind spots are, I don't know, I know that this isn't what I want, but I don't know what it is that I need. And through energy healing, you can actually find what it is that you need. And what you want will come after. So I'm going to start by just connecting to divine masculine energy over the last few weeks. I've been connecting to divine masculine energy because I have not been connected to that. I think most women at this point have, a lot of women, I won't blink at the statement, a lot of women feel like they are not being supported by masculine energy, not heard by masculine energy, not seen by masculine energy. So this is going to help the divine masculine be a little bit more prevalent and release their own wounds of possible whatever this is going to look like. So I'm just going to start. Unevolved emotions. Unevolved emotions are basically emotions that have not grown up. So it's a little bit different than inner child emotions. It is an emotion that collectively say stubbornness is the emotion, which I'm not saying that it is, but stubbornness, if we say stubbornness is the emotion, well, think of a 2-year-old having their own stubborn moment and growing up and having the same exact type of stubbornness. Is it still realistic to have that 2-year-old stubbornness? Probably not. So we're going to help evolve this emotion to grow up, to evolve into something a little bit better, a little bit more mature. Let's put it that way. The emotion is conflict. A mental struggle arising from opposing demands or impulses. So a mental struggle arising from opposing demands or impulses. And for any males that are watching this right now, take a moment to just understand that unevolved emotion of conflict. And I will do divine feminine a little bit more, but collectively, I think that last year I wasn't recording these videos. So I'm not picking on masculine energy. I have just been doing a lot of divine feminine energy over the last year. And this year I'm confident and I want to do divine masculine, or I'm doing recordings. So take your time, sit with that unevolved emotion of conflict. You can take a breath and say conflict, and just notice what arises in your body when you say that word conflict, where that comes from. You can ask yourself questions to help you release it. Is this my conflict? It might not be yours. Who knows? Maybe it's a grandfather's, maybe it's your father's, maybe it's a friend that constantly fights or has a lot of issues in their own life, and they project that conflict onto your own, which can therefore create conflict in your own energy as well. So unevolved emotion, conflict. I'm just giving you a little bit of time to really connect with that emotion. Okay, we can move forward. Is this another unevolved emotion? Dread. 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 Sorry, that one was a little odd because I was getting a message at the same time as I was reading it. So that it was kind of like a glitch in the system moment. Dread. This is dreading to feel, dreading conflict, dreading experiences, feeling apprehensive, dreading change, dreading the future. This is really a dread that is almost paralyzing. So we have to understand that nothing is permanent, everything changes. And when we dread everything, conflict, if we dread conflict, then we also dread resolution. If we dread new experiences, then if you're unhappy with where you are, then you actually stay in stuck mode. If you dread, I'm getting really just a dread of just feeling, any type of feeling. Dread of feeling. Okay, I'm going to keep going, guys. Take a moment, pause if you need to, really connect with that dread. Ask if it's from this lifetime, past lifetimes. Ask yourself some certain questions that will create a rise of emotion or energy in your system. You might feel some heaviness or some frustration with doing this. It's okay. Let yourself breathe through it and just sit with that dread. Okay, I want to resolve this dread. I would like to resolve this dread. And you just keep asking yourself questions. Is this my dread? Is this someone else's dread? Is this generational dread where my father's father or my mother's father or my mother's mother felt these things and was not able to resolve it within themselves? So now you are here today to resolve it within yourself so that future generations don't have to live with this almost existential dread of feeling, because we really need to feel what the conflicts, to receive the resolution. Is there any more unevolved emotions? No. Is there any other type of emotion? Okay. I had downloads all weekend and found different types of energies and emotions. Wound of withdrawal. Wound of withdrawal. And the wound of withdrawal, when I was having a really rough time this weekend. It was just not easy. with this separation slash going into divorce, I've just been having to really face a lot of demons, a lot of pain, a lot of discomfort. And I'm not one to shy away from it. I actually just kind of go to it and feel it. And I know I have to feel it to heal it. And over, it was, I think, Friday, there was a woman that I was sitting there at a restaurant, and she told me that I needed to do some inner child work. She had come up to me, she was reading, or I was reading a book, and she said, I think you need to do some inner child work, which was so funny because she said that, and I had thought about doing inner child work before that with her or with myself, and I've been doing it periodically. Well, she told me that. Next thing, I click a video on YouTube, inner child work comes right up. I'm like, oh my gosh, synchronistic. I click on the inner child video and I just start getting waves and waves of downloaded information of different types of energy that we need to be able to clear, which is that inner child wounding. And the wound of withdrawal, there's different emotions that come from it, but basically it is when someone feels hurt, instead of going and talking about it or being upfront or any of those other scenarios that are a little more healthy, sitting in the feeling, discussion, introspection, and then receiving insight from someone else, community, all of those different healthier options. Instead, this wound is withdrawing, completely going into oneself and not facing the feelings, which actually create an infection in your body. It creates a festering of the body. A couple of weeks ago, my kids were all sick, and it just so happened to be right after the announcement of the separation. And then right after that, I had them doing Ho'oponopono practices, and I had them share their feelings. I had them talk about their grief. I had them really dive deep into what they were feeling. And within a day or two, they felt better. And then last night, my daughter, my youngest daughter, that has seen this person as a father for her whole life, received some information that she's probably not going to be seeing him for much longer, if ever again. And this morning, she was coughing up a lung again. So our emotions really do fester. They really do have a physical effect on us. And the more that we actually acknowledge them, express them, process them, the healthier we feel. And I'm going to have to sit and talk with my daughter today because she woke up very, very grumpy and upset. And I totally understand why. So I'm going to look for the emotion that is attached to the wound of withdrawal. And I could edit all of this part out, but in all honesty, I just want to come up as authentic as I possibly can, because I saw something this weekend too that made me completely rethink the way that I was thinking about doing my videos. And they were talking about how so many gurus project to be perfect. So many people with knowledge, they seem like they never have bad days, and they never, like, it's all smooth sailing. And I want to tell you, I struggle. This weekend, I struggled, I cried, I screamed, I was angry with God and my guides and my angels. I even said, I'm over it, I'm done, I don't even want this anymore. Why are you doing this? And then after I got all my anger and rage out, because that's a part of me too. After I yelled and I screamed and I cried and I punched pillows and I punched punching bags, I came to a sense of peace. And I said, I'm sorry. I know that just like a parent, you're doing everything that you can for me to have a better future. And right now it's the growing pain, but man, does it suck. So I want to show up as authentic as possible because honestly, this stuff isn't easy. It's not meant to be easy. When someone says you got to feel it to heal it, well, feeling it is only half of it. Like you have to, when you sit in that feeling, it could be very resistant. It could be very difficult to allow yourself to fully go through those motions and emotions. The wound of withdrawal is discouragement. The emotion is feeling deprived of courage, hope, or confidence, disheartened, dispirited, being advised against, deterred, losing the desire to attempt or try something. I'm just feeling that feeling. Disheartened is the one that came up the most from that wound of withdrawal. Discouragement. Men are discouraged to becoming or showing up as their authentic selves, which is a feeling side. Men do feel emotion, although many generations have taught men to shut down. And I'm so sorry that that has been your experience because that is not the way that we have to feel. And I saw a TikTok video just the other day about how most relationships actually deteriorate because of the lack of communication and the emotional awareness on the male part. And not saying that that's everyone, but I will say that when my brother cried, he was told to man up. And for me, when I've seen my son cry, my kid's dad at one point said, "Oh, man up." And I told him, no, don't tell him that. He is being a man by crying and talking about the way that he feels. And I think that that really impacted him in a lot of different ways. Okay, with this discouragement, there's some more feelings that are coming up. Effort unreceived is underlying. When one's work, achievement, attempts is the one that I'm getting the most, or endeavors are not accepted. One's best effort is not considered good enough. Unappreciated is another one. One's ideas are not heard or considered. Don't feel approved or validation. Okay. I think that this one, what I'm really receiving right now is that when a man expresses their feelings or what it is that they're saying or trying to put out there, that they're really feeling like it's not being received. Like the world has programmed them to think that it's not acceptable, it's not approved, and it can't be validated. Is there more that we need to know about this? Is there another underlying emotion? So there is more that we need to know about this wound of withdrawal. Hostility. Another underlying hostility. Okay, So with hostility, a readiness to belittle and disparage, to hold grudges, or to be prejudiced can indicate an underlying feeling of inferiority or emotional immaturity. Okay, that one is definitely that feeling inferiority, wound of withdrawal, emotionally immature, basically just all of this is coming back to that unevolved emotion that comes from being a kid inside and not really growing up. I don't want to be offensive to anybody, but there are times where we act like 2-year-olds. You see it when you see someone having an episode of rage on road rage. When there's blowout fights, those are all emotional immaturity reactions that were emotionally immature because it's not really the best way to handle the situation at hand. Okay, so underlying hostility, is there anything else we need to know about this? Is there any hidden emotions, any other new emotions that I downloaded this weekend? Okay, there is a hidden emotion. Hidden. Have I passed it? Is it Brene Brown experiences? Here, 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 here. Disappointment, boredom, regret, discouragement, resignation. The emotion of resignation. So the emotion of resignation is just being very resigned, not seeing hope for a change or the future, feeling resigned to one's fate. Let's put it into perspective. I love telling stories to help people understand. When a woman feels resigned, so I'll stop picking on the men. When a woman feels resigned, think of it as, ugh, all men suck. When a woman says that, she has resigned herself to the reality that all men suck. Is that truly the case? No. There has been enough hurt, enough pain, enough damage to where this person thinks all men suck, and she has resigned herself to believing that belief system, and that resignation is an emotion. So that hidden resignation of feeling conflict, dread, the dread of feeling anything, feeling that wound of withdrawal that creates that this discouragement, effort unreceived, not really putting out the work, but not really feeling themselves like it's appreciated. Hostility, that hostility of the emotional immaturity, and resignation, feeling just resigned to all of this. Like, this is what is normal. This is what happens every day. This is what the normal is. And if you've done enough inner work, you know that you can change it. So today, let's change it. Is there anything else that we need to know? No, but I do want you to connect to those emotions, the hostility and the resignation. Take a moment, pause if you need to. Make sure that you really connect to these emotions and allow yourself to feel them. Right now, that resignation, it's like pounding right in the center of my chest. And I can feel it almost is hard to breathe. Like everything is just so hard right now. And I'm resigned to how hard life has to be. But that's just not the case. And I understand that I'm feeling the collective masculine energy right now, that divine masculine energy needing to clear this out. So I understand where it's coming from and why I'm feeling it. But it doesn't change the physical reaction to this emotion. So what I'm going to do is I am going to use magnets. We could usually just use our hand, but because this was a divine collective reading, I really wanted to add to the potency of the read for anyone and everyone that I am connected to right now. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you see it, divine masculine, you will receive the healing if you are ready to heal from this. I can't imagine living life believing that I'm not allowed to feel. And I know that when I began my life, I wasn't allowed to very often, but now that I am feeling, it's like, whoa. I had a friend that used to fight me because I didn't want to feel anything, and she was just so angry with me, and she would say, "You have to feel it." And I'd say, "No, I don't want to." And now that I do, I look back and I say, "Thank you so much for all of the frustration you caused me, the hostility within me, because I was so emotionally immature. And now that I have evolved much further than what I was, and I think everyone still has room to grow. I have really understood that push, that challenge. And I thank her so much for challenging as much as she did, because it has changed me to who I am today. And I'm very proud of that. So is there anything else we need to know about this unevolved emotion of conflict with all of these underlyings? Is there emotional resonance? Is there residual energy? Oh, there was almost a delay on releasing that one. Okay. Is there more? Okay, we're gonna do a little bit more. Is it these different types of emotions? Is it energy? Core essence? Soul seed? Core essence? I don't know why I keep hearing star. I just keep hearing star. So I'm going to put down star just because I'm going to see where this goes. Um, core essence of your being is the next thing that I'm getting. So the core essence is the core essence of who you are. Everything that makes your personality is your core essence. What you came in born as and lost through different types of trauma. When I was a little girl, I remember being so happy, so joyful, so excited about life. And as I've cleared more energy, I feel like that more and more. But I remember at a certain point in my teenage years that I said, my fire went out. The light that was inside me, it went out, and I don't know how to get it back. And I would cry. I spent a lot of years with addiction, with frustrations, with really bad habits for myself, because I had felt that my light was somehow broken and then I would never get it back. And through years of working on it, I finally did receive my light again, but it took so much time and effort. And the core star, the core essence, is an indicator that some of that light in you is being clouded or shadowed or not able to come through. Right off the bat, the emotion is numb, being numb to feeling. Ooh. The numb feels very odd to me. I don't know if any of you are feeling it, but it almost feels like something stinging my body, but not feeling it. So incapable of feeling emotions, deprived of sensation or unaware, enfeebled or incapable of motion or movement, insensible, deadened. So a lot of the time we are protecting ourselves from feeling emotional pain by creating numbness against that emotional pain. Oh boy. Okay. Is there anything else we need to know about this numb? Okay, can we clear this from the core essence? Okay, I'm going to clear this again from the core essence of anyone and all men ready to receive this healing, clearing that numb feeling where they can actually feel their feelings, feel and create that motion, that forward motion, because when we are numb, we're stagnant, we're stuck. We are not able to move forward because if we don't feel anything, then what's propelling us and what's holding us back? That one made me feel a little dizzy. That one was different. Is there anything else that I can clear? Is this everything that we could clear from this? Okay. Anyone that received this healing, that knows that they received this healing, please drink lots of water, be gentle with yourself. When you start to feel certain things that are not recognizable because you've been numbed for so long as the divine masculine, just know that this is part of your healing process and that you will just get better and better at recognizing what's happening in that energy field for yourself. So take your time, drink lots of water to help process that energy, and let me know what you thought. Let me know if you felt something, if you felt a shift, if you felt a change, if you enjoyed the reading, if you want me to leave the emotions that I listed in the comment or in the description below, because I can define them for you if you would like, so you can hold on to that and understand yourself just that much more, a little bit different, because each chemical reaction, which is an emotion that shows up in our body, is different. And sometimes it's really helpful to understand and differentiate anger from hostility or frustration from irritation. So I hope that you enjoyed this. Have a wonderful day. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. And if you know someone that could benefit from this, please share.